We live in a world filled with noise, constant movement, endless distraction, and countless events that seem disconnected from one another. But what if I told you that nothing in your life is random? Everything, every single moment has led you to this exact point, right here, right now, listening to this message. The deeper you look, the clearer it becomes. The universe is always speaking to us, weaving intricate patterns and signs into our everyday experiences. And today we're going to uncover the profound truth behind that. Let's start with this. Think about your life right now. The people you've met, the challenges you've faced, the dreams that have eluded you. Have you ever wondered why things happened the way they did? Why did you meet certain individuals at specific times? Why do some doors close and others open when you least expect it? It's not by chance. There is no randomness. The universe operates on precise patterns, a grand design that's tailored uniquely for each of us.
Click subscribe to this channel to get more profound spiritual lessons.
The truth is, we are all part of something much greater. Every thought, action, and emotion sends ripples into the fabric of reality. Those ripples eventually find their way back to us. Maybe not in the ways we expect, but they return nonetheless. So when you think something is a coincidence, it's really the universe presenting you with an opportunity to see more, to understand more. Now let me ask you, how often have you brushed off a moment in your life as a coincidence? Maybe you ran into an old friend at the exact time you were struggling with something. Or perhaps you discovered a book that spoke directly to your soul just when you needed it most. Have you considered that these weren't random occurrences but carefully orchestrated events? What if the universe is constantly trying to guide you? Here's something even more profound. Every experience, every challenge is an invitation to grow. When you face adversity, it's not a punishment or a stroke of bad luck. It's the universe nudging you toward a deeper understanding of yourself, pushing you to evolve. It's a call to rise beyond your current limitations. Take a moment and think back to the hardest moment in your life. I'm sure at the time it felt unfair, overwhelming, like the universe had turned its back on you. But look at where you are now. Look at the strength that grew from that experience. You're not the same person anymore, are you? That struggle was the soil in which your resilience and wisdom were planted. But here's the deeper question. Why do we resist the idea that nothing is random? Why do we prefer to believe that things just happen without reason or purpose? Maybe it's because accepting this truth means we also have to accept responsibility for our lives. If nothing is random, then we are not passive players in this universe. We are co-creators. And that's both empowering and terrifying at the same time. Think about it. You are the architect of your reality. The universe doesn't impose a predetermined path on you. It offers you choices, patterns, and signals. It's always guiding you, but it's up to you to see the signs and follow the guidance. The question is, are you paying attention? Most of us go through life on autopilot, missing the subtle cues and whispers of the universe. We think we're unlucky when something doesn't go our way, or that we've just had a stroke of fortune when things fall into place. But the universe has been speaking to you all along, aligning things in ways you cannot yet comprehend. Think about that time you narrowly missed an opportunity, only for something far better to come along later. Or that moment when a chance encounter led to a life-changing friendship or romance. These are not coincidences, they are pieces of a larger puzzle that, when viewed together, show you the grand picture of your life. Pause for a moment and ask yourself, are you open to the idea that everything, from the smallest encounter to the biggest life event, is a message meant for you? Can you embrace the possibility that nothing is random and instead everything is interconnected, part of a divine web? When we shift our perspective and begin to see the world this way, everything changes. The mundane becomes sacred. The everyday interactions you have, the challenges you face, all take on new meaning. You realize that you are constantly in dialogue with the universe, and it is always responding to your thoughts, your desires, your fears. But there's another layer to this truth, one that we often overlook. The universe doesn't always speak through obvious signs. Sometimes the message comes through silence. Have you ever noticed how the quietest moments in your life often lead to the most profound realizations? It's in those moments of stillness that the universe communicates most clearly. It's when we stop chasing, stop forcing, that the true answers come to us. Think about the last time you felt stuck. The more you pushed, the harder it became, didn't it? But then, when you finally surrendered, when you let go of control, things started to shift. This is one of the greatest lessons the universe teaches us. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is to do nothing, to be still, to listen. Let me ask you this: what message has the universe been trying to send you lately? Have you noticed a recurring theme in your life? Certain people or experiences showing up over and over again? What do you think it's trying to tell you? It's easy to dismiss these things as mere coincidence, but what if they are clues guiding you toward your true purpose? As we move deeper into this journey, there's something you need to know. The universe is always listening. Every thought you have, every intention you set, every emotion you feel, it's all energy. And that energy doesn't just exist within you. It ripples out into the world, interacting with the invisible web of life that connects everything. What you send out, you receive back. The question is, what are you sending out? When we talk about aligning with our higher purpose, we're not just talking about finding some grand, elusive mission in life. It's more about tuning into the subtle whispers of the universe and understanding that your purpose is not something you need to chase. It's already within you. Your job is to listen, to pay attention to the signs, and to align your energy with that deeper calling. But how do we do that? How do we align with the flow of the universe? It starts with awareness. Begin to notice the energy you bring into the world. How do you speak to yourself? What kind of thoughts dominate your mind? Are they thoughts of fear, doubt, scarcity? Or are they thoughts of abundance, love, and possibility? Remember, the universe responds to the frequency you're vibrating at. If you're constantly focused on what's missing or what's wrong, you'll attract more of the same. But if you focus on gratitude, on possibility, on growth, you'll begin to attract experiences that reflect that higher vibration. Take a moment to think about your current state of mind. What have you been focusing on lately? Have you been dwelling on the past, replaying old fears, or worrying about the future? Or have you been present, grateful for the small moments, open to whatever life brings you? This is a key question because your thoughts and emotions create the reality around you. The universe listens to your energy more than your words. What are you broadcasting to the universe right now? We often forget that our purpose is not some far-off destination. It's here, now, in every moment. Your purpose isn't just what you do, it's who you are being. It's how you show up in your relationships, in your work, in the quiet moments when no one is watching. The universe doesn't care about titles or achievements. It cares about the energy you bring to the world. Are you living in alignment with your authentic self? Are you moving through life with love, compassion, and integrity? But here's the challenge. Many of us are out of sync with the flow of the universe because we're trying to control everything. We think we know what's best, and we resist anything that doesn't fit into our carefully constructed plans. But the universe operates on its own timing, its own wisdom, and often what we think we want is not what we need. So let me ask you, when was the last time you truly surrendered? When was the last time you let go of control and trusted the process? It's one of the hardest things to do, isn't it? To surrender, to trust, to believe that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. But when you do, when you stop resisting and start flowing with life, incredible things start to happen. The universe has a way of guiding you to where you need to be, even if it doesn't make sense at the time. Have you ever had a moment where something didn't go according to plan, and it felt like everything was falling apart, only to realize later that it was exactly what you needed? Maybe it was a relationship that ended, a job you didn't get, or a path you thought was certain that suddenly closed off. At the time, it felt like a setback, but looking back, you can see that it was a redirect, a course correction that led you to something better. This is where the real magic happens, when you trust the universe enough to let go of your rigid expectations and allow life to unfold in its own way. The universe is always conspiring in your favor, even when it feels like things are falling apart. Sometimes the greatest blessings come disguised as challenges, but you have to be willing to see beyond the surface. You have to trust that the universe is always working for your highest good. Let me ask you something. Are you willing to let go of control? Are you willing to trust that the universe has a plan for you, even if you can't see it yet? This is where the shift happens, where you move from a mindset of fear and scarcity to one of trust and abundance. When you stop trying to control every outcome, you make space for the universe to work its magic. The next step in aligning with your higher purpose is intention. Once you've let go of control, it's important to set clear, powerful intentions. The universe responds to clarity. If you're sending out mixed signals, saying you want one thing but focusing all your energy on something else, you'll receive mixed results. So what do you truly want? Not from a place of ego or fear, but from a place of love and alignment with your highest self. Take a moment and really think about it. What do you want to create in your life? What kind of energy do you want to embody? What impact do you want to have on the world? These are the kinds of questions that help you align with your purpose. When you're clear on your intentions, the universe will move mountains to help you achieve them. But you have to be willing to show up, to take inspired action, and to trust the process. And remember, your purpose is not something static. It's not a one-time discovery. It's a living, breathing thing that evolves as you evolve. The universe will keep guiding you, sending you signs, messages, and synchronicities to keep you on the right path. But you have to be willing to listen, to pay attention, to stay open. So ask yourself, what is the universe trying to tell you right now? What signs have been showing up in your life? Have you been paying attention, or have you been too caught up in the noise of everyday life to notice? The universe speaks in whispers at first, but if you ignore the whispers, they'll become louder. Don't wait for a crisis to wake you up. Start listening now. Start aligning now. Now that we've explored the idea that nothing is random and the importance of aligning with your higher purpose, it's time to dive into one of the most powerful ways the universe communicates with us, through synchronicity. Synchronicities are those seemingly coincidental moments that feel like they were meant to happen. They're those strange, almost magical experiences where everything just seems to line up perfectly, even when it doesn't make logical sense. But here's the thing, they aren't coincidences at all. The universe is always speaking to us, and synchronicities are one of its favorite languages. But it's up to us to listen, to notice the patterns, and to recognize when something more profound is unfolding. The truth is, the universe is constantly giving us clues, nudging us toward our path, showing us the way. It's as if the universe is saying, look, pay attention. This is important, but how often do we actually notice? Let me ask you, when was the last time you experienced a synchronicity? Maybe it was a chance meeting with someone who had the exact knowledge or insight you needed at that moment. Or perhaps you stumbled upon a book or a piece of advice that seemed tailor-made for what you were going through. Have you ever wondered why those things happened when they did? What if I told you that every one of those moments was the universe aligning itself with your intentions? Synchronicities are not just random quirks of fate. They are the universe's way of affirming that you're on the right path. They occur when you are in flow, when your energy is in harmony with the greater forces at work. They happen when you're open, present, and aware. But most importantly, they happen when you are ready to receive them. The universe is always guiding you, but it's up to you to recognize the signs. Here's something you might not have considered. Synchronicities don't just happen when everything is going smoothly. They can appear in times of struggle, in moments of confusion, or even when you feel lost. In fact, it's often during those challenging times that the most powerful synchronicities occur. It's as if the universe is saying, don't give up. Keep going. You're exactly where you need to be. But how do we recognize synchronicity when it happens? The key is presence. Most of us are so busy, so caught up in our own thoughts, that we miss the subtle ways the universe is speaking to us. We're so focused on our to-do lists, our worries, and our goals that we overlook the magic happening right in front of us. To truly experience synchronicity, you have to slow down, become present, and open yourself to the possibility that the universe is constantly communicating with you. Let me ask you this: how often do you pause and reflect on the events of your day? Do you take the time to notice the small moments that seem too perfect to be random? Do you reflect on the people who cross your path, the conversations you have, or the feelings that arise seemingly out of nowhere? These are all potential signs of synchronicity, but you'll miss them if you're not paying attention. Another important aspect of synchronicity is trust. You have to trust that the universe has your back, even when things don't make sense. You have to trust that every experience, every person, every situation is part of a greater plan. When you start trusting the flow of life, synchronicities will appear more frequently. They'll guide you toward your highest purpose, even if the path looks different than what you expected. Think back to a time when something completely unexpected happened, but it ended up being exactly what you needed. Maybe it was an opportunity that came out of the blue, or maybe a door that you thought was closed suddenly opened. These moments are not random. They are the universe's way of steering you toward the people, places, and experiences that are meant for you. But here's the deeper question: are you willing to follow those signs even when they don't make sense at the time? One of the biggest challenges with synchronicity is that it often requires us to step into the unknown. It might mean taking a risk, making a decision that feels scary, or letting go of something we thought we needed. But that's exactly where the magic happens. The universe will often push us out of our comfort zone through synchronicity, showing us that there's more waiting for us if we're brave enough to follow the signs. Here's the thing: synchronicity doesn't always come in grand, life-changing moments. Sometimes as simple as a passing conversation, a random quote you see on social media, or a feeling you get that something just clicks. These small moments are just as important as the big ones. They are the universe's way of gently guiding you, nudging you toward your next step. And let me ask you this: what signs have been showing up in your life lately? Have you had any moments where something felt too perfect to be a coincidence? Have you had any recurring themes, numbers, or symbols appearing in your life? These are all clues that the universe is trying to get your attention. One of the most common ways the universe communicates is through repeated patterns. Have you ever noticed how certain numbers or symbols seem to show up repeatedly in your life? Maybe you keep seeing the same number on the clock, or a particular word or image keeps appearing in unexpected places. These patterns are not random, they are synchronicities designed to guide you. But it's not enough to just notice these signs, you have to act on them. When the universe presents you with a synchronicity, it's giving you an opportunity. It's saying, here's your next step. Will you take it? But the choice is always yours. You can choose to follow the signs or ignore them. But the more you trust and act on these synchronicities, the more aligned you will become with your true purpose. Here's a question for you. What would happen if you started trusting the synchronicities in your life? What if you let go of the need to control everything and allowed the universe to guide you? How different would your life be if you followed the signs, even when they didn't make logical sense? Synchronicity is one of the most powerful tools the universe uses to communicate with us. But it requires us to be present, aware, and open. It requires us to trust the process even when the path isn't clear. And most importantly, it requires us to take action. The universe will guide you, but you have to be willing to follow. As we come to the end of this journey, remember this: nothing in your life is random. Every moment, every experience, every synchronicity is part of a greater plan designed specifically for you. The universe is always speaking to you, always guiding you. The question is, are you listening? So ask yourself, what message is the universe trying to send you right now? Are you paying attention? Are you willing to trust the signs and follow where they lead? The answers are already within you, and the universe is waiting for you to recognize them. You've come this far, and that means you're ready to start living a life aligned with your highest purpose. The universe is always guiding you through synchronicities, and now it's time to trust the process and take action. Remember, nothing is random. This message is for you, and it's time to embrace the flow of the universe.